tell us a little bit about your art, because you were the latest and fastest swinger.
You see,
that
I
we've
always
seen.
believed as a bowler what I've learned from people like Imran Khan, people like Mudassir Nazar in our team. They were very shrewd and great cricketing minds, those boys were. And I learned that swing is not with the seam position. That's for seam bowling. But for swing bowling, it's in the wrist. For instance, Mitchell Johnson nowadays is struggling with his in swing to the right hander. So what happens? He runs like this. If you run like this, it means your seam is towards first slip, and it means your wrist is open. It will go cross right-handed every time you bowl. But for in swing, the shine has to come this side, and your seam should be facing leg slip of a right-hander, and then you lock your wrist. So when you lock your wrist, you're running like this, so it will come into the right-hander. This is as simple. It'll take some time with the wrist positioning, but this is how I learned my swing.
And that applies to both. I know the shine's on a different side, but old and new ball.
Yes, but with the reverse swing ball, you're going to run in a lot faster. It's easier to bowl, because as a bowler, I know reverse swing, shine is in, it's going to come in, so my rhythm is there, my mindset is confident as a bowler.
You mean that with reverse swing, you know it will swing?
You know it's going to come in. If shine is in, it's going to come in. If the shine is out, it's going to go out.
You know what I love
simple,
is how simple he makes it sound, and how simple it was when he was bowling it, and facing it was something completely out of the box. Have a look at this. This is down at Bell Reef. That was out. Plum given not out. Darryl Hare. I was almost walking for that one. I reckon this was the next ball on the big tail, and I am out of there. And Waz, it was like 3 LBW shouts every over you bowled to me while the ball was new.
That's what I picked up as a bowler with the new ball. If I have the in swing, I should pitch it up. I have a chance for a new batsman to come in who's a bit under pressure, bit under stress as a batsman in a test cricket.
And what's your answer to it? You try to get forward, or do you wait longer?
It was interesting. He was the best bowler ever faced in test cricket. It was up to pace, short run up, but you knew 150 clicks first ball, swinging back in. You had to have those feet moving. But I realised very quickly that the back lift had to be short because of the pace. And then from a footwork point of view, I went through a couple of phases. Firstly, I thought, I've got to get the leg out, down the deck and outside the off stump. But then I realised, well, if he pitches it on line, it's straightening. I'm going to be out LBW as well. So in the end, facing Wasim, it was a case of play it late. Don't commit to that front foot. Play it as late as possible. But even then, he could risole you early. It was about getting through the first 5 overs from this guy, and then you had a chance at scoring some runs. But he put the fear in me. The first time I ever came across you was at Old Trafford, and it was day before my first test. And just as fun, he came in, I was having a net, and he bowled 2 balls to me, you remember?
Yeah, I vaguely remember.
And you hit me in the box twice, threw the ball down, said, got him, and walked off.
You used to use the bouncer a lot to push people back, didn't you?
Yes, it depends on it varies from a batsman to batsman. On Australian wickets against Australians, I hardly used any bouncer because you guys are good. You're used to bouncy tracks, but on slow wickets, it's more difficult to leave a bouncer than on wickets like this. So I used to bowl a lot more bouncers on slow wickets like Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. But less bouncers, especially on wicket like this test match, I would never bowl a bouncer because there's a carry there, there's a lot of grass there. Just pitch the right areas, contain the batsman, put pressure on him.
And it was that change-up that was the surprise element, the short one.
Exactly, that's what Zahir Khan did yesterday to Michael Hussey.